why did you become a Bears fan, bro?
Okay, so basically, I mean, it's a long story. I'm gonna shorten it up a little bit. My dad's from Chicago, so basically he was a diehard Chicago Bears fan. I grew up watching him, even though I grew up in the Bay Area, or I was born in the Bay Area. And everybody expected me to be Raiders, stuff like that. And a lot of my family actually is, because a lot of them were born out in the Bay Area. But I was the only one that stayed at home. Like my dad, stayed at home with me, was there while I was being raised. He was
the influence.
Exactly. He was a little bit of a stay-at-home dad because he was just getting out of prison. So obviously, ex-con, not a lot of people gonna want to give an ex-cons jobs. But I was just born, so it was something that he could do. And my mom was out working, so he raised me that way. And honestly, if I would have rooted for any other team, I probably got kicked out at an early age.
Well, fuck, I appreciate you coming down and sitting down with me. This is the Underground Podcast. Andrew Mason here with Ventura's very own
DG, baby. You already know what it is. Big DG in the place to be. We popping.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Boy, let's go. I'm happy to be here.
Dude, this is what I was looking forward to.
Me too.
Sure, bro.
Me too.
I appreciate you coming out here, bro. How's your morning been? I know you were at our first spot
Exactly.
earlier.
It's been a little crazy. I started out in Santa Barbara. I was out there with the little honey. You know what I mean? I might not say her name. You feel me? We staying out a little low key. Everybody's gonna see that and laugh.
We'll find her name.
Yeah,
we'll find her
name. Shout out Cece. But yeah, so I started out in Santa Barbara. It took a couple hour drive out here. It was nice. Went over there, got our little photo shoot action on. It was a good little vibe. Honestly, I wouldn't be doing anything otherwise, making music, smoking weed, maybe playing some video games. So shit.
This is a place to be.
Yeah, exactly. I'm feeling good.
It's a good vibe. I like the vibe of the Issue 7 cast so far. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing too. Like with me and 7, it's kind of like a big number in my life. I don't know why, and it just dawned on me when you said Issue 7. But I'm born on August 7th. 7 just always been my favorite number. So, but I was reading something on a numerology sheet that 7's not a good number. It's actually one of the worst numbers. I don't know, but either way, it's been good for me.
Satan's number.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck it, gang, gang.
Are you a spiritual person like that?
I am spiritual. I'm not too religious, even though I have a Jewish background. I did Hanukkah, did all that stuff growing up, but I also did Christmas as well because my dad's Catholic. So my dad Catholic, my mom's Jewish, kind of a weird mix, but they're both hella fucking really, really smart. I'm not trying to make their heads bigger than they already are. No, I'm just kidding. But they're very two smart people, and they kind of raised me with trying to pretty much let me pave my own path. They didn't want to put anything on me or shove anything down my throat too young, and so they kind of wanted me to find my own thing. So I am spiritual, but not in necessarily a religious sense. I believe more in the universe vibes. I feel there's a little piece of God in all of us, and all of us collectively together, that's what the energy, the life force or the energy is,
Yeah, I got you. I got
something
you.
like that.
Yo, what's
Oh
good, y'all?
shit, we got visitors. What's up, y'all?
Got some people coming through, but. So you're born and raised, always lived in Ventura?
Yeah, no, well actually when I first moved up here from Vallejo, I moved to Carpinteria.
Oh,
and that's where I went to high school too. And shout out Cart, you know what I mean? That place really molded me into the person I am, at least part of me, because it's you're not gonna grow up somewhere and not, kind of soak in the vibes and the stuff that's going around, in the city. But I was from Vallejo, which is a very much more of a melting pot. Kind of in Carpinteria, there's really only white people and Mexicans, and it's a beach town. So, hey, dude, how's it going, bro? Like that. And I'm not really from that culture, so it was a little bit of a culture shock, and I pretty much got made fun of my whole fucking life, growing up there. And on top of that, it's very, very densely populated Mexican town. One side of it is Mexican, one side of it is white. I grew up on the Mexican side, and so I was always fighting every day at school to fit in. I'm trying to let them know I'm Mexican, I'm that, but Mexicans can be tough. Even if you look Mexican and you have a Mexican heritage, and they know you have a Mexican, all that stuff, you don't know Spanish, you're not Mexican. That's how really crazy this stuff was. So I grew up, fighting that fight my whole life, but shit, it made me who I am, so I ain't tripping.
And you're one of our only people on this magazine that's an 805, right? Okay. You're the only Ventura person.
805, stand up, baby.
So it's been I feel I found out about you a little while back, maybe a year and a half ago, maybe. That's when I first saw you on Instagram. We first probably followed each other.
Exactly.
Do you know some of the people that we've worked with 805 wise in the past?
For sure.
Kato, right?
Yep. Shout out to my boy Kato, Rico.
You know Rico?
Yeah. I call him Richie, but
we
probably gonna have to cut that out. But yeah,
know Richie.
But that's my boy. I don't know if you guys fucked with White Chocolate yet, but that's my boy too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of real potent artistry out in the 805, and I feel like it's untapped, and it's like, that's why one of the reasons that when I reached out to you guys, I told you I was really fucking with your guys' wave and the things that you guys are doing, because you're taking it upon yourselves. This ain't no major, you know what I mean, label type stuff. This ain't no corporation. This is like grassroots from the ground up. Two dudes met each other, seeing a little, you know, niche or a pocket in the game that they could fill, and that's what you guys are trying to do, and that's like hella commendable. Like, so that's one reason why I really started like fucking with y'all for real, for real.
I appreciate it, bro.
Hell yeah, vice versa.
It took us like way longer than it should have to like finally link up and meet each other. Yeah. First time I ever met you, I'm pretty sure, was at the Milk Room Ventura show.
Yep,
Milk Room Ventura came and supported. Show. Thank
Hell
you, bro.
Hell yeah, I had to. Especially if it's in my own backyard, and we was talking about linking up already, so I made sure I came out to that one as well. Support all the artists, because it's like, that's one of the things too. I was able to meet a good producer already through you guys. You know, Preach It To Him, Chris. He got some shit popping like that. He's a crazy talented artist, but he's just as talented a producer too. So shout out, Preach It To Him, Chris.
For real. So something that you asked me before the photo shoot day is like, you were particular about outfits, right? You asked me about outfits. For sure. You got good fashion. Like what did you bring to photo shoot day here?
So I like to mix it up. My style's a little bit, I like to mix high-end with vintage, or more or less like 90s eccentric focused pieces. So it's like, I'll break that down a little bit and unpack it. So like, I'm gonna wear some like acid wash jeans, maybe even a fucking like, you know, a little throwback sports tee. But,
can't go wrong.
But I'm gonna throw on these right here, some Gucci's, you know what I mean? Some Gucci hiking boots, you know, got the 3M that reflect. Like, you know, I'm gonna fuck around with a little bit of shit like that. And everything that I wear too, everything that I do really, but fashion is included, I try to be purposeful. So it's like, I'm never gonna wear some shit that, you know, first thing, I gotta make sure that it speaks to me, and then the second thing, I gotta make sure that it looks good, the aesthetic. So like Pulp Fiction, this is one of my like favorite movies. It's made by one of my favorite directors, Tarantino, and it's like, it represents artistry to me, like, you know what I mean? Because a lot of stuff he was doing back then, people didn't really fuck with. You know, Reservoir Dogs, all these different things, and it took like a minute for it to really, you know, resonate, and that's when people started fucking with it. And so like, underneath this shirt, I got a Tupac shirt on. I got a Tupac shirt on. He more or less represents speaking up to me, because he was always vocal. He was a vocal person. Obviously, he was a rapper, but about like injustices in general, helping people, doing shit like that. Like, you know, one of the other pieces I brought to the photo shoot was a Kith collab that I got. There was a Kith collab, and they collabed with the Olympics, actually, USA, and they got the shit on it, so it's
like
dope.
The rings.
Exactly. And so Kith is one that's close to my heart here in LA. Got hooked onto that one. So anything that's really like California bred, I fuck with first and foremost. And so yeah, a little bit like that. I like to mix the high end with the vintage, mix the vintage with the high end. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are there any like Ventura or 805 clothing line brands that you fuck with?
The 5 apparel, Kato and Rico's line, and how they do that shit. I like the 5 apparel a lot. Milk Room obviously has a lot of good shit in there too, but I haven't tapped in with too many 805, you know, people that clothing brands from the 805. I really wouldn't. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? That's kind of like, there's so many artists within our, you know, area that could be right around the corner, and we don't got no idea of it. And that's because we really don't have that like artist networking infrastructure, particularly in the 805 area. And that's what I'm trying to change that shit. So I'm also an artist, but I want to, you know, represent like open arms and coming together and fucking with each other, and we're all trying to do the same thing. So it's like, that's kind of how I feel about that, necessarily, because I feel bad that I don't really know any real fucking Ventura clothing brands, but you know.
I mean, it is hard. You know, that's like a goal that we have with Underground too, is like just trying to get other things involved that aren't just artists, like trying to get things like studios or clothing brands, stuff like that, even like
barbers,
dispensaries.
tattoo artists, shit like that. That's, you know, they're all hand in hand when you think about it, you know what I mean? Because when you're an artist, you want to look good. Second thing, you know what I mean? Some people like, the culture has a lot to do with tattoos, like, you know, so there's a lot more that meets the eye than just, you know, being an artist that makes music, you know, and that's another thing you guys tapped into. So yeah, you motherfuckers are too smart over here. We'll get the CIA agent or something texting the phone, you know what I mean? Have you seen that meme where it's like where you're onto something on your phone and then it's CIA agent texts you like, stop where you are, stop where you are right now.
I have seen that. So how long you been making music for, bro? Like what period in your Ventura upbringing did you decide you want to start rapping?
Fuck, that's another, you good at this. That's another open-ended question. Fuck. So basically, I've wanted to be a rapper ever since I was 5 years old. I actually have a book from kindergarten that we binded and stuff. It was questions in there. You answered it. One of them was, what do you want to be when you grow up? A lot of people were saying policeman, fireman, sports,
president,
superhero, don't matter. I put a rapper, and I drew it out and everything. And I specifically remember it because when my teacher went to look at it, she was like, "Oh, you mean a rap singer?" Like that's what rappers were called back then, rap singers. They weren't called rappers, or they weren't recognized as rappers. And I remember thinking that just as a 5-year-old kid, like, nah, rapper, like rap singer sounds whack. Like, and I'm saying that to my teacher at a young age. And so it's kind of goes hand in hand with, so basically I've been wanting to do it since I was 5, but professionally I started in 2012. And I went viral on WorldStarHipHop. I put 3 different videos up there, and they got put on the main page. And they stayed up there for like 72 hours. So I got a lot of views. I mean, all of them collectively, I think I got a little over 10 million views.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is on WorldStarHipHop 2012.
2012,
YouTube.
yeah, exactly. YouTube, that's when Q was still alive. He was the owner of it back then. And I mean, I have like straight text exchange, emails exchange with him based off how good the video did. And then once like all 3 of them got past 1 million, like they really like hit me up and they were talking with me and they wanted to do more. And that's where I was leading to. I didn't have anything to follow up. I was so naive. I thought, okay, I got all these millions of views. I'm gonna just sit back, kick it, wait for the fucking phone to ring, chill. But no, that shit never happened. And then it wasn't until like a month and a half, 2 months until I really got something else that I could release. And by then, you know, I was just a faint memory. So I really took this last 9 years to just make sure that never happens again. I got over like 200 songs in the vault. I could pick them out. A lot of them got artwork already done. If not, it's just a few things that need to be done, mix, master, artwork. If I feel like shooting a video to it, and then, you know, we're ready to push it. So it's like doing that is one thing, and it sucked, but that's something I learned from it. So 10 years, pretty much, 10 years professionally.
So how old were you when those songs went viral?
I was 19.
You were 19.
I was 19, but it took like a couple of years to even get the songs done. It was me getting into like the game, trying to figure people out. You get like gypped a lot, like, and you get like ripped off, and that's almost like a rite of passage as an artist. You have to sit there and be able to take your dues and pay your dues, no pun intended, and keep coming back. You know what I mean? And to me, it's like, I don't agree with it, but it is a way to weed out who's serious and who's not, because I come from that type of shit. I'm just never gonna quit. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter who you are. It don't matter what I gotta do. If it's something that I wanna do, I'm gonna do it. And it's like, that could be problematic if you don't have good intentions, but I do. So it's like, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, you know, so that's pretty much it.
And so like, were you like, I guess you were out of high school then?
I was out of high school. I just graduated, but I started working on it at 17, and then it finally got released when I was 19. So yeah, so I was 19 when it got released, and I was just young, dumb, and full of cum, you know what I mean? Just stupid as a motherfucker. Like, you know, I was out there running around, just doing dumb shit, really. And I'm glad I didn't make it then, because I might have been one of these cases of like overdose or, you know, riling around, fucking around with guns, doing something stupid where, you know, you can lose your fucking life. And especially in this game, I know they call it a game, but it's really not. You know, you're playing with your life, because any wrong turn you make, it really could be your fucking last. And this is it's getting to be one of the most dangerous occupations there are, being a rapper. And so, you know, I'm just too far into it now. So, I mean, it is what it is. But that's something that's concerning, you know, it's a little concerning.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Carpinteria High School.
You went to
Yeah.
So, okay, so
CHS.
you were living in Carpinteria when this stuff happened with WorldStar. I imagine like, you know, I could be wrong, but like I have a good sense of the 805 rap scene, and like there's not many people that are like blowing up or doing any numbers like that at all. Like at the time, I was not involved with music out here at all, but I assume that probably made like a pretty big wave locally, or was it more internet?
It did, no. Well, Carpinteria, Santa Barbara, Ventura, Ojai, those, like, my name was ringing in those spots already a little bit.
And you went by DG?
Yeah, I went by DG and Danny G, actually. I went by Danny G back then. Yeah, so, and I did for a long time, but I still do a little bit, but I shortened it up to DG. I think it sounds a little bit more sick. And that's what, like, my family has called me, DG. So I just started, it's a little more authentic. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go with that. That's what all the boys call me. But yeah, and the funny thing is, from the high school, you could see my house from the high school. I lived up on an 11-acre avocado ranch that everybody could see from the high school. So I used to get in trouble ditching class. They'd see my car They see my car going up my driveway because where the school's positioned is right next to a hill, and I lived on that hill. So it's like, and it's one of the only like houses that you could see clearly from like the stadium or anywhere you were, because it's an outside campus, so you could see it clearly. And it was kind of like in Carpinteria, a rite of passage that you needed to come up and have a fucking, either a smoke session or come to a party at DG's on the hill. I had a big garage, I had a 2-story garage, pool table, ping pong table, all this different type of stuff that me and my dad kind of found over the years, fixed up, threw it in there. And we found it, they were pieces of shit, but we turned it out right. And then it's all about the vibe, bro. Like I've noticed the funnest times I have are in the shittiest places, but surrounded by the best people instead of vice versa. You know what I mean? I could be in a fucking mansion, private plane, yacht, but if I'm not around my people, my family, the people that I, are close to my heart, it really don't mean much to me.
Yeah. I've been to Carpinteria a few times. Like, so is Carpinteria High School the one that's like on the same street as like Rusty's, the pizza?
That's the middle school.
That's a middle school.
And that used to be the high school. That was the old high school. And then I think it was in 1985 or something, in the 80s somewhere. The people that I actually that were my landlords, they donated the land to make the high school that they have now.
Okay.
That's how, so the lands butt up next to each other. And that's the Bianchin family, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, shout out to the Bianchins. They cool.
Like as in Tom Brady's ex type vibe?
No,
okay.
not them, but we can.
Like, oh, okay.
Hey, fuck it, we can run with it, yep. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, so where is the high school in Carpinteria? Like,
it's at the back side of, so basically as far back as you can go before you hit the mountains. So
okay,
the opposite of the beach. If you're just
opposite side of the freeway.
Yeah, opposite side of the freeway. So if you're just going through Carpinteria, you wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't even see it. So you got to and then the street that goes past the high school literally leads into the back roads of Carpinteria, Santa Barbara, goes by the polo field. So it's tucked off.
Gotcha.
It's super tucked off.
So as we hit this new year and we start 2023, like what are some goals that you have as an artist? Like, I know that you got nice music videos. Like you say, you got a lot of stuff in the vault. Mm-hmm. Can we expect some drops soon? Projects? What are we looking like?
Yeah. What's the date today? November. What is it?
November 5th.
November 5th. November 5th. Yeah, I've been talking it over with my team and my manager. I'm for sure gonna have one more release. I'm gonna have one more release before the end of the year. I can't let you guys know exactly what it is yet because we're still going through the selection process. But I promise, once I do know, I'm gonna make sure I tell you guys. You guys gonna get an exclusive. But I'm probably not gonna do a music video to it yet. But there is one song that I'm gonna just talk about it. So the name of the song's "Bad Bitch." I'm shooting a video to it now. And but it's not going to be released until probably somewhere around February. Mm-hmm. So you guys got to keep that one, under lock and key. Obviously the readers are going to know. Everybody that watches this shit going to know. But the only reason I can talk about it is because this shit's going to be so fucking fire, bro. I can let the cat out the bag now, and it's still just like words ain't no way to do it justice. So that shit's going to be fire. It's called Bad Bitch. Be on the lookout for it, 2023. But I am gonna drop one more song this year. Fuck, what was the name of the song? Hold on, let me go on my phone real quick. Fuck it. I'm gonna just give you all the exclusive right now. I don't know why I wait around.
The strategy I like with like as a person, as an observer, right, of the local music scene is just drop, like just content, like let's just get it. Like it's obviously tough. Money, all this stuff is tough. Even just making time for it, having the energy for it. Mm-hmm. But like I know I would love for you to just have a fresh music video every month. Like, obviously.
And we're gonna get there for real. We definitely are gonna get there. That's the goal. It's just about doing it in the right way and making sure it's cohesive as possible. And the marketing aspect is really the biggest part of it. These artists go into and people from the outside looking in, just drop the music, drop it. What's wrong? People gotta hear it. There's so many more things that go hand in hand with dropping the music if you want it to, if you want to get the maximum potential out of that drop. You know what I mean? Rollouts, interviews, cover art, music videos, you know what I mean? All these different things that you really should go with a release that a lot of people don't either have the resources for or they just don't know about. I was a little bit in that boat too, like I was talking about 8 years ago, but it's like, I started to really, I'm smart enough to know that I didn't know, you know what I mean? But I didn't know what I didn't know, if that makes sense. So I took that years, as long as, like I said, I was putting all these songs in the vault, I was also making these different connections with promotion companies, distribution companies, kind of a way that I was able to, like, all the songs that I've dropped on my Spotify, probably 6 songs in the last year and a half, they all got over 20,000 plays. Like, you know what I mean? Grassroots. That's so based off doing that type of stuff and really doing the background homework on being an artist, and then also being my own A&R, being my own publicist, being my own manager. Like, nobody's gonna, and yeah, I gotta carry myself as such, as a professional. And a lot of people on the ground level, they look at you and they're like, why are you trying to act like your shit don't stink? Or why are you trying to act like you're so dope, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, I'm the one pushing this whole narrative. I got to take myself seriously as a business before anybody else does. If I'm just sitting here, oh yeah, what's up? I'm just a regular dude. That's how people are going to treat me. You know, I'm not a regular dude. I'm a business. I'm a product. And that product is my artistry. And, you know, just a little bit of shit like that. But I found the song. It's called Kinda Way.
Kind of way?
Kinda Way. So it is kind of, but I spell it Kinda. A little bit of, ooh. Shoot up, down, he gon' slide away. Who gon' stand for you when I ride away? So, a little something.
That was you on that?
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, I got good production. I know it don't sound like me. No, I'm just kidding. But shout out my producers, Ed and Tay Marnelli. They slid on that fucking beat. And my engineer too, so.
Are those Ventura people?
They're actually LA people. That's the thing. I got a little more connected in LA before I got connected in Ventura, just for the reasons I've like said previously. And it's like, that was another reason why I was like, you know what, fuck LA. Not fuck LA, but I was already established in LA. So it's like, I need to big up where I'm from. I need to, you know, start from the bottom up. I was trying to, you know what I mean, start from the top down, when it's like, it's gonna carry more weight if you got like, you know, your area code, your area behind you.
For real, like I heard, you know, Gary V.
Yeah,
you know,
fuck yeah.
I heard something that he said, and it was like, people are in such a rush. They want to, like, everyone thinks you need to grow your business as fast as you can. But he's like, the best thing to do is grow your business as slow as you can.
Facts.
Like, obviously that means certain things.
Facts,
but like,
no, but it's true. It's true. It's like building a house, you know what I mean? If you're just going hire some fly-by-night motherfuckers to build a shaky foundation, that house is not going to be, it's not going to be sound, you know what I mean, structurally. If you take your time on that, you may spend a little bit more money, it may take a little bit more time, but guess what, the house ain't going nowhere. It's kind of a good little analogy for it.
For real. Well, you got a good-ass foundation, bro.
Yeah,
it's a pleasure to finally actually tap in, man.
Hell
this
yeah.
Underground DG interview, long overdue, for
Fuck
real.
yeah, vice versa, hey, first of many too.
I appreciate you, bro. Anything you want to lead the people with?
Love and light, nothing wrong, everything right. I love y'all, and shout out to Underground and everybody else that supports me and is in the construct and together and making my music and helping me make it and everything that we do together. Much love, and I appreciate it.
And shout out DG, all the people that came to see DG at the Milk Room a couple weekends ago.
Oh, yeah,
biggest turnout we had from an individual, for sure, bro.
Hell
I can tell that you got a movement that people fuck with, bro, because you're talented and you just got an energy that people like. You know?
To the moon, baby.
Well, fuck yeah, bro. Appreciate you.
Hell yeah.
DG, Underground Magazine. Shout out Chris, Sam, Gavin.
Yep.
We out. Let's get it.
Get it.
Underground Mag. Yee!